All right, folks, as you can see, we got some oxygen. So now we can actually look at this rear bumper and try to figure this thing out. Guess game plan is I want to try to, well, my plan is to, hey buddy, is to straighten out this bracket and this bracket, because I think that's what we need to get this out. This will kind of straighten out. Then we're going to notch a couple holes in there, slide the bumper in, and I think the next step after that is I'm going to work on these fenders because, what's up, buddy? Because for some reason this side's a little different than the other side. I don't know if it's something with the shape of the fender or what, but we're going to try to get this side similar to the other side. That's kind of the plan. I know some people are saying it's because this fender's in or out, but that's not the case. So first, you got to check tire pressure, make sure there's nothing binding up or anything happening, and then we'll kind of get the fender dropped down. I don't think I'm going to get it to like touch down there, but I guess we're going to reshape it and get it to kick up again. Kind of the plan. Be really nice that you just don't see the wheel at all when it's down. But like once it's down and we make a skirt, it's kind of my thought. But anyways, we're going to focus on the bumper and then we'll do the fenders and then we'll see where we get from there. I think after this whole stage, then we got to actually look at the front sheet metal, like fix it up. We got to like wheel it, weld it up, and start making some mounts for it. Because I have just a really janky mount in the front, was where I'm holding the grill shell and all that stuff. So I want to get it kind of like permanently mounted, and then we can kind of focus on this and the running boards. And then, I don't know. Those are the main things I want to work on, but right now the first step is just get the rear fenders where I want and get the shape the same. I'm not sure how I want to go about it yet, but I'm kind of thinking I wouldn't mind bringing it down a little bit. I wouldn't mind bringing the fender down a wee bit more and then keeping the curvature to it. So we might just cut it open. Well, I kind of dig where that one is, but see how this front fender, the other side's like almost touching the ground and this one's not. So we still got to tweak some stuff here, get them same side to side, get it all same. Anyways, let's, I guess we're going to get started. Rear bumper first. Well, it's kind of neat. I don't know. I'm mixed on it, but I'm not opposed to it either. We got to do some tweaking. Like, I think it needs a bit of this and that. But I mean, overall, it makes the car like it's a car's supposed to have a bumper. I don't know that it. I know it doesn't look like it's gonna hit the ground, but that's about how the front is. So I kind of have them about the same. The offsets are a little weird going on in the back, but that is not a big deal. Somewhere I have one of the bumper, like the rubber bits that goes on the back of the car. I don't know what I did with it now. I just had it. Story of my life. Where on earth? Where, oh where did I put that? Here we go. So this is, I'm going to order up some, I'm going to try to reproduce some rubber parts. So, but anyways, when that goes on, that'll kind of hide everything up. So that's cool. Even though I got a bobo with my cut, we can weld and fill that. We're going to have to seam the two together anyways, because the inner and the outer are now exposed. So I'm going to have to weld that square into there. But I want to play with these a little more. Right now I got it kind of fitting, so I can lift it up on the hoist and we'll figure it out. For now, what I'm going to do is we're going to template our fenders off, because I don't really care that they don't touch the ground, but if we're modifying stuff, we may as well get it all out of the way, right? So my problem here, we can either cut that fender, raise it, or bring the other one down. And I think I would rather have the fender lower. The best I can tell, everything is the same on the car. I am going to check my tire pressure quick. Well, now, when everything's said and done, tire pressure and leveling the car out makes all the difference. So, these sides are pretty close now. We got the same amount of boot room underneath there. If we're going to use that as a measurement, my foot. There's about 1/4 inch or 3/8 difference, but for the most part, even if you stick this out, my foot fits underneath there the same. So, the front of this fender is a little higher than the other one. I think it's got to go down like about 3/4 inch. So we're going to add onto there. And then back here, I still want to do it. I think I'm still going to cut this, but I want this transition just to come a little lower to the ground. And then it'll just kind of make its way back. I think when it's aired out, it's just going to have a more flatter profile. And my skirts, when I put the skirts on, because they'll kind of bow out, but it'll at least kind of have a flatter spot closer to the ground to match up, instead of like starting at the bottom and then kind of coming up at an angle. I guess I could put like a skirt that was just bigger, but I don't know. I think a nice fitted one into there would be really good. Anywho, we've done enough babbling. We're going to trace this fender out. We're going to try to mirror this shape down and back, and then we're going to find out, we'll find a reference point and do the same on both sides. That is the plan. We gotta find a happy medium here. Where do we go? I am guessing this is it. We're still not on the ground, but it definitely gives my fender a little more sweepy, a little bit down. I think when it's done there'll be still some breathing room, but we're not really adding a lot. I don't know, I think overall it'll make a difference. Or does it? I don't even know now. I'd like this front to come down more, that's the big thing. Let's try something different here. Let's do the front arch, and then we'll just slope the whole fender from there. I really would like it to be, well, let's do a new image on this one here. I'd like it to go back to the bumper. That just makes the most sense. Like to me around this angle, if that's where that fender tipped up, that would be nice. This one? I don't know now. Let's go here, here. We kind of did the old dippy-doo. I wonder if that's like too round now. Let's template it in there. All right, real scattered braid bucket. That gets you in there a little better. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Just want to see what the fender's going to look like when it comes up. If it looks goofy or it fits the part. Well, that's okay. Boy, it seems like a lot of work for nothing, eh? Whatever. Let's try it. It's only steel, right? Alrighty, so you're watching me beat this around the edge. It's because I can't really do it in the brake because there's a curve to it. And what I'm trying to do, so you see me just kind of walking the edge, hammering it across, which, whatever, works fine. Put a piece of plate, some vice grips, you just walk it on a hard edge. I made this table with like rounded corners so I can do stuff like this, like depending how, I just took random shapes and cut the corners. So, you know, like that one's pretty close to this one, I guess. Kind of use that. So anyways, I hammered it over. Then I put a plate because I want to roll it because I want to try to tie into the wire. There's supposed to be a wire edge. So what I'm going to do is I might leave the one in here. Well, no, I got to cut it out. Anyways, the plan is, and I left some overlap so I can cut this stuff off. Anyways, when it goes on, when it goes on, that black line is actually where the panel's going to go. But I want to tuck it behind here, and because it's supposed to go over to here, tie in nice and gracefully into there, and around here it's going to come to this edge. So you can see I rolled the edge. We'll be able to stab the wire into there, and then I can hammer the wire over to this because, you know, like it's going to get blasted or something. So we may as well try to give it some strength. I could have done a flat lip, but I know that they just crack. So the wire seems to be a way to go. I'm going to add the wire, and then if anything, I'll have extra length of it off that I can kind of piggyback with the other stuff, if that makes sense. Like you can see where I've added a little bit here. So when I do this one, we'll be cutting this off, but when I do the other wire, I can kind of lap it over top and we'll kind of connect it for a long series with the other stuff. At least that's my thought. So anyways, we technically have step one done. And now I'm just going to beat this thing into place onto here. We're going to do the old cut and butt dealio. And we should be pretty close. I got to do the old bender on my knee there because I can't, it's not cooperating. But you can see roughly what the plan is here. And then we'll kind of, this thing's going to want to come out, so we'll beat it kind of straight. And then we just repeat this process and do the other side. That is kind of the plan here. I think this worked out pretty good. We'll get this zapped in and then we'll see what it looks like on the ground. That's the plan. And then our bumpers are, I don't know, I think they look nice here. We'll do a little bit of tweaking. I know they look like garbage. I cannot afford to chrome these, so I am going to probably blast strip them. Yeah, I know people are talking about these. They're cool, but these are pretty screwed. So I don't know if I'll fill them, because if I can find another set, I'll put them on. So for now, I might leave the holes in there and just stick a bolt, like a bumper bolt, just so they clean it up. But anyways, I think I'm going to strip it, and we'll probably paint them. That's about the only thing we can do. I can't afford to chrome this stuff. That'd be up here doing that chrome is more than I have into the car right now. Oh, and then the other side, I realized this was rolled. So when I was doing something, I realized this edge was rolled, so I rolled it back. It's like perfect with the other side. So as much goofing around I did before, everything is actually pretty square. How awesome is that? So I gotta roll this back, and we'll fix this. But you can see now we got that. There's a nice transition here, and it's just got to continue. I just cut this so I can peel this out. I did some buggery when I was fixing the fender, so. Alrighty, well yeah, and then this side, I just noticed here, you can kind of see there's a tiny little pinhole right there. I'm worried we're going to get a lot of that when we blast this, but we'll see. Anyways, I got to make the other piece, because this side's just slightly different, and then we're going to burn them in. All right, so we lowered the car down. I have aired up the front and I got the back sitting down just in case if I was in a parking lot, and I tend to do that, I'll lift the front first then the back. So this side's great. That's good. I'm not happy with the way the back here is going, so we're gonna have to, I'll make some kind of a transition piece for that. The other side, see, it's a good thing we tested this. I had to move this because when the fender's where it was going to be, it would be just violently scraping. So I basically kind of shuffled it where it's got to go. Now I'm going to straighten it. I can lift the car back up and I'll redo the front part, like just beat it senseless till it does what I want. But right now it's going to harsh up here, so I think I'm going to do a transition between the two pieces, so this just has a more gradual dealio going between the two. So anyways, we'll lift her back up and we can pretty much weld this thing solid now, or the back part. I think that looks a little better. Doesn't matter how you look at it. There's always an angle that looks messed up. So I'm just not sure how, like I fixed this, but should I have gone further back? I don't even know anymore. Like it's, seems never ending for this quest of making a flat skirt. Anyways, this is going to go out. I think this looks okay. The bumper in the back of here, well, this part, like I say, I think this is the thing people were saying was messed up, but it actually looks legit. So it's, that part's fine. This one needs a little bit of tweaking, but it kind of goes here and then it cuts under. So I don't know, like this fender's going to go in, the other one's got to come out. Like here, you can see how it's so close to the wheel, but this one needs to come out a little bit and this part needs to go in, but then we can kind of bubble around the wheel nicely. So I don't know. I think it looks good. That's a lot. It's a lot of work just to add a little bit to a fender, but I think in the end, when this skirt action happens, it's going to be this. It's going to be parallel instead of having like an upsweep to get into the fender. Yes, man, that was a bunch of work. Oh, key. I think next step here, I don't know if I'm going to get to it right away or not, but we're going to have to like open this a wee bit and then we got to like, the inner and the outers have to attach to each other. I need to like make a chute into there. Whether I open these up more and we grab a piece of 2x4, 2x3, 2x2, we take a piece of pipe into there. That might be the ideal way to do it. Because from under here, like it's going into this bracket, so I'm gonna have to make some holes into here yet to attach the bumper. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we need to do something there. I think if I do the pipe, we can get extruded a little bit and then we can kind of make it look nice, but I do want to rubber mold it, so it's like either way is not a big deal. I just don't want it to be open where dust is just gonna like just litter the trunk. Man, look at that thing. Doesn't that look cool? Overall, this car can have like two complete different looks. Like the skirt, we got the definite lowrider deal. Kind of the skirt didn't quite do what I thought, but it works out. Like it has a little, if you look at it, it kind of starts off at the bottom and then slowly makes its way up over there. So, I don't know. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. Weird, eh? Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. We mocked up the fender or the running board quick. I know the front sheet metal's not sitting right yet, so we gotta figure that out. I want that. I might end up extending the front depending how things go, just so it just sits perfectly square and has a very slight tip up in the back is okay. That said, just watch how you can change the complete look of this car. We're going from lowrider to just about hot rod. Just by pulling the skirt off. Now that thing has kind of a hot rod vibe to it. Well, it's too low, but man, I like it both ways. One way has that really lowrider look to it, and then this way, I mean, I really like this look as well, but hey, we're gonna build skirts. I can put them on or take them off. That'll be the idea. So I mean, overall, I'm actually really happy the way that turned out. So then when we lift the front of the car, it doesn't touch. It's pretty close, but nothing touches. Even when it tips completely up, the bumper just touches. Like it can still roll. It drags a little bit, but the car doesn't teeter off the bumper like I thought it was going to do. I know we got to address these holes and figure this stuff out, but I think I want to switch it up. I'm a little tired of working on this end of the car here. I think we got to work on focusing on getting this sheet metal fitting right, making some mounts for stuff, kind of getting the mounts over here because the fenders are just hanging loosely. They're not bolted properly or anything there. And in the front I have just a miserable, like just a nothing mount. I don't know if you can see in there. I just have two little rods just kind of poking out, holding the front grill up. So let's start working on the front, mocking that up, and then we can kind of get the hood to that fit. Yeah, I think that's the round for next video. Anyways, I think I'm pretty happy where we got. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. More Dodge stuff. Later.